So after my last video last week, I keep getting it from people. Okay, I get it. Clarity matters, but I'm using AI now and I'm sounding worse. I'm actually sounding like a robot, generic, essentially like everyone else out there. But I'm here to tell you AI isn't the problem. How we're using it is probably the problem with this. Most people treat AI basically like a vending machine, right? We put the coin in, we come back out, we get what we want. Well, that's not exactly how AI works. You know, it's a little more complex to that. It's a little more simple than saying, write me a post about real estate or create me an email and then just hitting enter. It's it's just going to spit out whatever things it need to do. We haven't given it enough juice, enough information to make it work for us today. It's going to amplify whatever you get it. Yes, I get it. People tell you all the time, well, I put in my personality, I put in this stuff in here, and that is definitely a great start. But it's still pulling all the information from the internet. And if you are not specific enough and you're not giving it enough details, it's not going to give you what you hope for. It will be generic, it will sound like a robot, and it will be an unclear message. So here's what's really going on here. People are outsourcing their thinking to AI. I don't want you to outsource your thinking to AI. I want you to be the thought leader. I want you to be the critical thinker. I want you to be the person in charge. AI is your assistant, not your boss. And stop letting it do the work for you. When you start doing that, we're going to get less generic messaging, more personality, and a better connection, and not lose the trust of our clients. So here's what we want to do. What I want to do is make sure that we do a shift, right? We're going to just do a simple shift of conversation. Don't ask AI to create for you. Ask AI to refine. Ask AI to improve. Ask AI to challenge you and your thinking. Because here's what AI brings. It brings in the tools, it brings in the processes. You bring in the experience, you bring in the context, you bring in the real world understanding what's going on. AI helps you organize, simplify, and sharpen the messaging that we're here at hand. So let's just talk about some simple steps that we should be getting done on a daily basis to make this work for you. One, let's collect our thoughts right off the bat. When you are trying to write a social media post, you are trying to write an email response, you're trying to plan your presentation, whatever it may be, you need to be the one out there rough drafting it. Now, I don't really need you to write the whole thing, right? But I need you to start it. I need you to be in there putting the contextual points that you want in here and making this in place. So that first thing is the biggest part of this. I need you to start writing whatever it is that we are trying to communicate at that point in time. The best thing about this and the best thing about this strategy is it doesn't have to be perfect. We are kind of brain dumping into the system and letting it polish it for you. I don't want it polished. I want it to be real. So, for instance, I want to explain to my clients why waiting to buy might cost them more, or it may cost them a move, or whatever, right? That's simple, it's generic, but it's a great starting point. I may need to add some more contextual points later, but that's what it is. The next thing I want you to do is whatever the thing is, start adding essentially an avatar to it, right? Take on the persona of a marketing professional, take on the persona of a real estate professional with great communication skills, whatever that is. This is what I want you to do. Next is start adding the context back to it. Now, that's the first of a context, adding persona, because it gives it an idea of where we're trying to go and what the communication is. But the next part of this that I want us to think about is what we're doing this for. Who is it? And when it's not just this is for my client, this is for a first time home buyer I'm working with for 3 months, struggling, not getting accepted offers, getting frustrated, right? Whatever those details are, the more you put, the better off it's going to be. Next, I want you to put a tone to it, right? Now, there's a lot of people who say, have it learn your style. And I've taught it, and that works for sure. But sometimes just a friendly, casual, business, polite tones are some things that are just as efficient that you can be and do in there. And then what's the outcome you want, right? What is it we're trying to do? What are we trying to get from this? Where is this going? We need to make sure this is in place. And then when you put all that in there with that email, write this prompt. Help me turn this simple message from a homeowner who is nervous about buying. Keep it conversational, not salesy, and make it easy to understand. That's going to give you a totally different response. But we're not done. We're not done. The last step in here. Now, this is only 3 of my 5-step process, and I will show you at the end with a free guide how to get the startup. But I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that I want to make sure we are doing in here is making sure that when you get this done, you are being way more efficient with the system. So now what you want to do is refine it. You're going to have to tweak it a little bit because it still doesn't know you, probably not as well as you want it to know you. So you're going to want to make sure those modifications are in place and where it's going for you. So you may need to add some words. Okay, put this word in here, add this in here, maybe even rewrite it and have it tweak it a little bit better. You're going to have to do this a couple times probably. But even so, it's going to be clear and it's going to be faster than it would have been if we wrote it ourselves. So don't be afraid to tweak it, simplify it, and make it sound more like you. That is easy things to do. So let's make this practical. Bad AI use. Write a professional email about market conditions. You're going to get something generic. It's not going to be what you want. Better, I'm trying to explain to a client that the market is competitive, but still has opportunities. Help me say that in a simple, confident way without sounding pushy. Now we're probably getting a little better. Again, we still probably got to put a little more context in there, but it's a little bit better. But I want you to see the difference between just adding a few bits of line of statement to help make this better. We are the ones that have to be clear on what's going on. So here's the bottom line. AI doesn't replace your voice. It reveals how clear your voice actually is. And if you don't have clarity, AI will expose it pretty quick. As I have said many times in past videos, AI is going to expose our weaknesses just as much as it's going to help us. So please make sure we are clear about what we're trying to do. But if you do have clarity, it becomes one of the best assistants we can have. I do want us all to think about AI as being your best unpaid or low paid assistant that you have out there. So if you combine what we just talked about in the last video with this, and we talked about today, using AI the right way, you're going to stand out, and you're going to stand out fast, because most people right now are either overcomplicating things or relying just a little too much on the AI. And I'll be honest, neither one works. It's got to be you. It's got to be the person in there doing this. Now, there are automations. I've got fellow trainer friends of mine that do some automation stuff that is really good. But I'm going to tell you, don't lose sight. They're teaching you great things, and they're showing you amazing stuff to do. But they spent all the time doing what I just told you ahead of time. They put all that into it before they automated processes. You need to do the same thing. You need to get that done. So with that being said, if you like what you see, I hope you're here. If you'll see up in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see the starter pack. Just click on that. You're going to get this through. It walks you through steps. It gives you personas to start with. It helps you go what you need to do. Please take advantage of this and move forward. I do hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, like, subscribe, share this with others, put it out into the world, and have other people sign up. We will see you at the next training, next topic. See you soon.